So welcome to the first episode of our new BIMQ tutorials, and we will start with a very first Hello Wall sample that shows you how you can use BIMQ to create the level of information as needed, for example, in exchange information requirements or BIM execution plans. It uses the new ISO standard 4 level of information need in its complexity, but also supports the new Building Smart specification for the information delivery specification, IDS, that allows you to create rules for a single combination of milestone, actor, use case, and discipline models. But since in a real project you will have many of these combinations, we also demonstrate how BIMQ overcomes this and allows you to create many IDS from one LOIN. This little conversation shows maybe some concerns and their answers, and why it needs a bit more complexity in the beginning in order to have then the flexibility later on. So after having read this, let's start. So we will begin with the basic settings as step 1, and here it will be the selection of the IFC version that should be used, and we will select IFC 4. In the following second step, the actor and milestones are created. As actors, we add here architects and MEP engineers. And now the project phases or milestones. In this case, we will demonstrate how you can import it from an external template. Here, the REBA plan of work stages, and selectively 3 stages are chosen here to be imported into the project guideline. Now the third step is about creating templates for discipline models, model elements, and properties. So let's start with the first discipline model, namely the architectural model. This will also be the first model for which we will later create an IDS file. So as an example, we will add one object, in this case an exterior wall, being of type object for the guideline. And now let's demonstrate how to add a property. We select a U value, and for now only the name, and we will later demonstrate the IFC mapping of it. As the fourth step, we need to map these requirements to IFC definitions, because the IDS will only validate IFC files. So here we translate the U value to the proper IFC thermal transmittance property and providing a unit type being thermal transmittance. And then later our exterior wall will be a wall that needs the isExternal property. We add this as well. And what you can see here is BIMQ automatically detects that this is an IFC property, assigns it, and we give it the data type Boolean. And now we will map the entity. An exterior wall is an IFC wall, which has a property in the pset wall common being isExternal with the value true, and that's now provided.
After finishing all template definitions, the next is to assign those to the project. First, we assign the milestone to the default use case, and that will also be our first prerequisite. Next, we assign these various template definitions on model elements and properties to the project requirements, like here the exterior wall to the architectural model, and now the two properties as being properties of the exterior wall. In the following step, we will assign the responsible actor. By default, one actor as the architect will be responsible for all requirements in a discipline model, but this can be specialized later. And here we assign a constraint. The exterior wall should have a thermal transmittance value less than 0.2. So finally, we have to declare the requirement for a certain milestone. So here we say that the exterior wall with its two properties is required for the milestone spatial coordination. With this, we finished all definitions and can now create the first report. We select IDS 1.0 using the IFC4 model, all architectural requirements, and generated for the spatial coordination. This creates this outcome. This was the first episode. The next one will demonstrate how more milestone actors can be added to generate additional IDS files. Stay tuned.